Hey, 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 hey. Welcome back to Girl Chat Sports, Mo and Mel. Yeah, my head's going crazy. I've got rid of my cold. I'm doing well. I feel like because I was on like a cold that like everything compounded. And so I feel like I'm doing 1,000 things a day. But anyways, Mo, what's good? How are you?
What's up? I'm good. How
What's
are
up?
you?
What's up? Hanging in there. Busy week. And of course, we've had a lot of crazy football this past weekend. And
That was a bust.
unfortunately, the Las Vegas Raiders did not make it to the next round of the playoffs, but they
No, they
got
didn't.
there. It's valiant effort. Of course, there was some referee issues, and whether that played a major factor into them winning or not, I guess we'll never know. So
It's up for debate on that, isn't it?
it's definitely up for debate. I think people will. For sure. Oh, hey, Jose. Welcome.
Hey, Jose,
Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yes, happy birthday to you. Shout out to
Yes.
Straight Bet Sports. Excited to, yeah, it's Wednesdays. Hump Day, West Coast Wednesday, a lot going on. I just saw some notification that Shaq lost a bet to Spice Adams and he made him wear a permed wig and sing the original 49ers song after losing his bet.
Oh, wow. What do you look
I
like with
need
the
to watch
perm
that
wig
video.
on?
I don't know. I need to see that video. It'd probably be a good
Yeah.
one. I can only
Yeah.
imagine. I can
It
only
with Shaq,
imagine.
it's probably comedy.
Right. Hey Maurice,
Yeah.
thanks.
Thank you,
And shout out to
Maurice.
the DC Tweet team and the guys out
Yes.
there on East Coast for having us on the show last week. We appreciate that.
We had a
Good
good
times as
time.
always. Yeah, always good times. So there's like 13 NBA games I think on today. It went from having like one or two yesterday to like being packed. Like there's been game after game after game. We'll definitely get into a little bit of NBA later, but I kind of wanted to go over some hot topics, only because one, I know we want to talk about your Raiders, but of course, just like with the Seahawks, when season ends, it's like all of a sudden the rumor mill starts, and we're trying to figure out, well, who's going to be the coach or who's going to be this. And so today's news was that possible Coach Khaki, Mr. Jim Harbaugh, would be willing to accept a Raiders head coach job. And of course, it's just rumors. We're not sure. It's just both camps have speculated, and there's been some talk that maybe he just wants to do it, or maybe it's positive for him getting a better deal with Michigan when he renews his contract. What are your thoughts on if there's a possible Coach Khaki over to Las Vegas?
I mean, well, the thing of it is Rich Bisaccia pleaded his case today. That's the big news. I hadn't really
Mm-hmm.
heard much about Harbaugh. I heard that rumor like a week ago when we finished
Okay.
our season that he was one on the watch list and he was an interested party. Extremely doubt it will be him going to Raider Nation because again,
Okay.
he's got a good thing going in Michigan. They're reigning
Of
champions.
course.
They just won in a long time winning a championship in football. So I don't know. It depends on what the money talks, I guess. If he's a money motivator, if he's one of those that's motivated by the money, then that would be interesting. But I just don't think personally he's NFL material like he used to be. I don't know.
Not like
I
he
think the
used to be.
college
I mean,
level
he
is where he needs to stay. I don't see him getting with these grown men and some of the shenanigans we have and all of that to be successful. Plus, not to mention, they're going to shop a GM first before anything. We lost a GM
right,
on Monday, Mike Mayock.
right.
I like that move already. And
Mm-hmm.
so now, once we find our GM, I think that's when our coaches will be coming in the line. And again, like you said, it's just rumors, just talk. And I'm sure they're going to reach out to quite a few coaches. Some we know of, some we don't know of. Like I
Right.
said, Rich Bisaccia, his turn was up today. He had his opportunity to plead his case today, sell it as best as he can to
Did
see
you
if that'll
watch
be.
that to see what he was talking about?
No, I didn't. But I know he's
Okay.
pinned different messages, and I know former players and veteran players that are remaining nameless have said some great things about Bisaccia and
For
instances
sure.
where he has risen above what the team needed as opposed to a
Mhm.
Gruden. So, I mean, I'm personally in favor of Bisaccia if that happens, but I'm also in favor of them looking at Brian Flores. I'm also interested in him looking at Eric Bieniemy. I'm also interested
Right?
in looking at other coaches too. So I'm not gonna just count out Bisaccia. If we get him, cool. If not, and they go the ladder with someone else, and it's to our approval, that's even better. But whoever we get in a GM and in a head coach, we need to bring studs and superstars here too to
Most
make us a
definitely.
viable candidate into going further into the playoffs. Now that game was controversial because a whistle was blown at a TD pass that was caught, and the whistle was blown before the pass was caught. You need to replay that. To me, that's dead, but
yeah,
we didn't
that was tough.
Get
that was
that,
really
and
tough.
they tried to make it up to us, I should say, on the back end, but it wasn't enough, and who knows? I mean, even if the whistle wasn't blown, would he have caught the pass? Possibly. I don't know. Our defender stopped moving once that whistle was blown. So, of course, he caught it. That's the whole thing. As soon as the whistle blows, you stop moving. You're just going to stop. Yeah. So they stopped defending this guy. So, I don't know.
It's a tough one.
It's just one of those
shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah.
Same thing with the
It just
Cowboys,
made it worse. It made the loss a little worse just to have that extra, call.
I mean, we had the tuck rule, so now we're gonna have this whistle blown fiasco. It's always something with us.
Right.
Yeah. So
it was definitely...
and it warranted Jerome, what's his name, Bogan, to get fired, and the rest of his team to no longer go on with the rest of these playoff contentions as refs.
They've lost.
It cost them, a chance, because these are tryouts for them to see which referee is going to be able to ref the Super Bowl game. That's all it is in these divisional rounds. It's all tryouts to see which are the best qualified refs to referee and officiate the Super Bowl, and they're out. So we don't have to worry about them officiating in the Super Bowl game.
They're done.
And they're done.
Yeah.
And it's
shout out to Dre Bailey. Let the ball bounce. We appreciate you checking in.
What's up, homie?
Yeah, man. There's just a lot, and then on top of that Michigan news, you also have University of Michigan today having settled for over $490 million for the survivors of the sexual abuse from that former doctor that was there at the school, Robert Anderson. There's over 1,000 survivors from 1966 to 2003. Granted, he also passed away back in 2008, but it's great that there's some kind of ending there. But again, it puts the University of Michigan back in the news too. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? It's a lot. I don't know. I'm still so to go off sports topic for a second, because sometimes when something gets posted or talked about a lot on social media, I tend to find my little rabbit hole and start digging through and start looking at stuff. So today's big chatter that I saw throughout Las Vegas and Las Vegas people that I know on social media was this Baddies of Las Vegas. There was this auditions here for apparently some kind of reality show, but it's not really on any network. I'm guessing it's going to be just like a YouTube thing where they get 12 girls in a house to live for 2 weeks. Like I said, it drew me in a little bit because I was like, what? Like, I thought it was going to be some kind of
somebody sent me a clip of that stuff last night, and I was like, you know what?
I'm not
about to promote this ratchetness. I'm not about to do
I'm not promoting it, but I couldn't stop.
And you put the auditions up and everything. See, I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to do this. Because the thing of it is it's always making us look bad. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it didn't make Las Vegas look good. So why? I wanted to understand.
Make us look crazy, and I'm just sick of this. And then me, you another perpetuation of a stereotype of Black women. This is all we could do. I'm not about to sit here and discuss this. And when my friend sent it to me, I was like, heck no, I can't even be down with this.
Well, so I had to dig in it because I'm like, why would somebody even want to do this? Why is this even making attention? And then I saw the video, and of course I get that there was attention to it and for what reasons, but
I couldn't even understand what they were saying in the video. They were like arguing about numbers. And then I saw a split situation, and I was just like, you know what?
I saw girls wearing
I can't even claim this right now. I can't even claim this right now, Melissa.
But here's my thing is, how do you even charge women $20 to come up in here to try an audition?
I mean, that's an easy fee. That's an easy fee. Anybody can have $20 on hand. That's nothing. What I'm talking about is the fact that it made no freaking sense. And how dare we even give this the attention it does not deserve, because it's not my scene. It's so not my scene. It's so not my scene.
But I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Like, how can Las Vegas how can this be put on when it's not even an accurate depiction of what Las Vegas really is? And
it's a terrible depiction of Las Vegas. It's the other side of Las Vegas. Like,
but the reason why I felt like I knew this was coming is that so of course on Instagram there's an Instagram handle. There's who was hosted by. guy and that person's tagline. I go on their page and I'm seeing this gentleman who's apparently a comedian. Never seen him perform in Las Vegas into any of the local comedy shows that I've seen, or people that know they're local comedians. Never seen him perform. But he's on there, and some of his Instagram photos are him posed up in front of his, like, you know, I don't know, beat up Kia something or other. I just don't see how this is bringing in the right crowd.
I mean, the crowd has already been here. I just don't.
But
this is so not my scene. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about right now. I'm pleading.
But that's my thing is that
this.
even
I don't even know what you're talking about. That's how.
Most of these girls are also in the 20s. And when I was in my 20s, I don't even understand.
I have no idea what you're talking about at this point. Melissa, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm pleading. I don't know nothing about this. I don't know nothing about nothing. Don't even bring this to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you're talking about. Anybody coming to me with that stuff? I don't know what you're talking about. This is not my scene. Sorry.
I was just floor to the floor.
You can kill that. That's not my scene. No, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm pleading the fifth. I'm on plausible deniability. I don't even know what the heck you're talking about at this point. Like, I just don't. I can't relate. I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't.
So moving on.
It's like, you know, you're doing this bad girls club where you like the baddies.
But it's not even. They ain't even bad.
But it's supposed to be auditions for singing. They've done this in other cities, from what I understand. It's supposed to be. But guess what?
Those are also like legit networks with actual shows. This is not that. It's not even a show. It's not even on a network. It's nothing. So
but the thing of it is, I mean, I don't know what you're talking. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. This is supposed to be about sports. I don't even know what the heck we're talking about right now. Like, for real. Like I understand Jocelyn had her show out here for the cabaret. Shout out to Vegas Circle.
But she has a network. She's been on network. She's got a whole
shout
brand.
Out to Vegas Circle podcast that went to the premiere of her show. They actually did a premiere of it out here. It's based out of Vegas. Same type of probably bad girl behavior that you would see in this baddies thing. But again, and I don't get a chance to watch her show, but this here, I don't know what that is. I have no idea. I'm from the city. I have no idea what
you
the
said.
Heck
Call
this is.
FEMA. It's gonna be a disaster.
It is.
It was already a disaster. I don't even know
what you're talking about right now, Mel. You bringing some stuff to my attention. This may be your world to save my world. I don't know what you're talking about at this point. All right,
so we're gonna move on. So there's another topic that I want to discuss. So we've got UFC 270 coming this weekend. Your boy Francis Ngannou is
let's go.
Big name card fight. He's going to be headlining the fight this weekend on Saturday. There's two things to this. So I don't know if anybody here know, I'd posted it, but the Grammys had gotten postponed in LA because of COVID, the restrictions, whatever was going on. It's actually going to be out here in Las Vegas in April. But what I don't understand is that the Grammys can't happen due to COVID and restrictions.
Right.
But UFC 270, they are going to allow all vaccinated fighters and the vaccinated fighters corner. So if your corner is fully vaccinated, they're going to allow them to not have to do any COVID testing during the week of the fight. So right now they're not testing. So apparently when you check in for check-in or whatever for the week, you get tested once then. You get tested post-fight. But throughout the entire week, as long as you're fully vaccinated, you don't get tested at all. Doesn't that seem weird?
Money
that Callie won't.
But the Grammys.
Dana White got some kind of power, boy.
The money grab. It's a money thing. I mean,
because if someone tests positive, they can't fight. So now, if someone were to be positive and asymptomatic, even though we all know now with whatever the new virus is these days, you can definitely get it after being fully vaccinated. These fighters could be out there COVID positive, and then we're not going to know, and no one's going to care until after the fight.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
That's a whole.
We know why the Grammys moved here, though. We know that kind of is going to be.
But I mean, they got postponed because of all the COVID. Supposedly, they couldn't.
But they're moving it to Vegas, right?
Yeah, they're moving it to Vegas in April.
Okay,
but that's what I'm saying. It's like you couldn't have the Grammys in January, but you can allow the UFC fighters that are vaccinated to not be tested at all when they're having combat. But hey, what do I know? I'm no FB doctor, so hey.
I don't have an MD either.
Yeah. I do want to, I love me some Gridiron Heights, and I love me there's a new one out, and it's the guys are in Vegas or at a casino, I guess, because it's a gamble, it's wild card weekend. So check it out.
Welcome to the all-new Gridiron Heights Sportsbook.
Gambling! Gambling! If you gamble, it's like you're playing too!
We're kicking it off with a special wild card tournament.
I finally get to play!
I'm alive, I swear.
Use promo code OFFERBET!
This is my first time in a casino.
Really?
Derek imposes a curfew.
Bet in Vegas, not on Vegas, idiot!
Wow, MVP caliber raise there, Brady.
How much? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Check out the
Gridiron Heights Jr.
Gambling Corner!
You see, kids, Jerry Jones is like Mr. Krabs. If he made his money from aggressive oil refining instead of burgers.
Don't like a paralyzing sun glare in an indoor facility? Play outside!
Check.
But I went all in.
Check, check, check.
Over under how many times will Stafford blow it?
Can everyone stop yelling at me?
I told you, fam, we folded back in week 14.
Well, I bet.
The game's over.
What? Oh, no, oh, man.
This team reminds me of the 2001 Patriots. They're no longer playing.
Fun fact, no one has ever sent a text about a Burrow playoff loss.
And keep betting next week when Green Bay takes on the Niners!
Well, where's Alex Smith now?
I've never been in
So
a
much.
casino.
I've never been in a casino.
Casino.
Yeah, they said
Derek
they had a Derek Carr had a had a curfews for the guys. They couldn't be
Right.
in the casino.
I've never been in a casino. But he has a
Oh
curfew
man,
for the other guys.
yeah, NFL wildcard weekend was definitely, for the most part, we figured what was going to be. We kind of knew what was happening, minus of course the Bagels and the Raiders, and that Niners Cowboys game, of course, brought out all of the memes.
Oh yeah,
all
we were
of-
ready. They were loaded.
I
They were
mean,
locked and loaded and ready to shoot.
Locked and loaded. Like I said on my Facebook,
Hey,
the one thing
I
that I
was ready.
enjoyed about that game on Sunday was that I got to see people talking smack about both teams, which I fully enjoyed because, of course, I don't care for either. We all know this, and it was just amazing to see all the hatred from both sides and the continued banter. It was
Right.
just really,
Right.
really good. And shout out to all the Cowboys fans out there, because I know it's difficult for you guys. You guys got to get back to, your Super Bowl. You're going to be back we're about to win the Super Bowl again. I'm fairly soon. It only takes a little while for you guys. These, of course, are some of the favorite real people that turned into memes later on. Some of the fans that were out there. There were stories behind each one, of course. It was nice to see them lose, although the Niners still win. But what can you do? Of course, with Dak Prescott, they now have the longest streak of all time, the Dallas Cowboys, of 11 straight playoff appearances without reaching the conference title game. So more records for the Cowboys, but not on the good side. Hey, it is what it is, right? But along with the 49ers and the Cowboys game, Nickelodeon also had this show on. So it was a whole slime fest. There was, the different Nickelodeon things that you see. It was really good. I tuned in for a little bit. I can't watch the whole thing, but I think for kids, it's an awesome experience. They kind of get really detailed. They also kind of tone it down to more of a kid-friendly approach for football. This kid, young Dylan, I haven't watched Nickelodeon, so he has some shows on there. He's really good, but there was a lot of
good.
Yeah, he was really good. He had some great interviews with Debo. I know Debo Samuel was on the sideline for half it. You brought me this tweet in regards to it that, people think it's very educational for the rules and the strategies, that it's helping kids understand the game. I don't know if it's helping Cowboy fans, but it's definitely
helping kids and Cowboy fans learn and understand the game. That's who it's helping.
Right.
So that's good. But they still have a poor understanding of how this works. Some of them.
Man, listen.
My poor brother. Shout out to my brother, because he was kind of going in. He was getting a little hurt in his blue and white feelings.
Oh, that's right. I forgot there's
reality.
one member of the Threets family that is.
Yes. Shout out to Brian. I know he's watching, or he was watching. Shout out to him. But I know that kind of hurt him a little bit, and it stung. But he knew he was going to get that smoke. You knew it. But the thing of it is he also is aware of the situation in Dallas with the owner, and it starts at the top. And Mike McCarthy is a terrible clock manager. Terrible clock. You mean to tell me you're in the fourth quarter, you have no timeouts? You got 2 minutes.
Run the ball.
No, you have a terrible clock management, sir. You call timeouts at the wrong time, sir. Like, you don't even deserve to be coaching there, in my opinion. I'm sorry. What's gonna happen with him? I want to know what his exit interview is looking like.
They
and I want to know.
So far, it's been sounding that he might stay.
Oh no, they love him. That's what makes it even worse. But I just want to know. I wanted to be a desk in the room on the exit interviews for everybody, just to hear it all. I just wanted to know what was going on.
I'm trying to tell you, if Hard Knocks had a season about exit interviews, that would be, I
phenomenal.
Think, one
and honestly, I did not watch this game entirely. I waited till they got to like 2 minutes left of the game, and then I turned it on because I wasn't feeling well. He is not a coach, Brian. Yes, shout out to my brother. 2 minutes left in the game, and they kept saying Dallas has no timeouts. Dallas has no. I said, "Are you serious? They have no timeouts." What did he do that rest of the game with his timeouts? Like, how do you get to these crucial situations with no timeouts?
Listen, I will say
that was awful.
The Seahawks and the Pete Carroll have done that on numerous occasions too. It's usually, it's just bad clock management.
It's terrible clock management. That's terrible.
And then to see and then of course the ball didn't get to the referee to get put down. The lineman took it.
To the ref and let him
so it's just like it was a whole fumble rooski, and then Dak's in the way and the ref's in the way, and then you saw you basically saw the last like 3 seconds unfold in slow motion.
With seconds remaining. I mean, that was just ridiculous. Like, it was a disaster. It was just an utter disaster.
It was too much.
I mean, they had an opportunity too. They really did.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
They had an opportunity, especially when that out of bounds play was under review and it got called back. Like, there you go. I was like, okay, there's a chance.
It was really tough.
Cowboys Buffalo build like they Buffalo build, honey.
and like Arlington said, he said that Dak is trash for his comments after the game too. I think that was he apologized, kind of heat in the moment, but of course we saw that fans were throwing trash into the stadium after the game had finished. Reporters, I think Dak at first thought it was about the fans throwing it on the team, and they were actually trying to throw it against the refs because of what had transpired in those last few seconds. And then he made a comment about, oh yeah, that was good of them. And then he came back.
But that was funny to me that he's going to defend his trash players, but not defend the refs because you in the heat of the moment. You need to be mad at everybody, sir, including yourself.
But Dak ain't great either. That's the thing is
that's what I'm saying. You need to be mad at yourself too, sir. You gonna chastise the group about throwing them at the players, which is wrong. Don't get me wrong. But it's also wrong to throw it at the refs too. Keep that same energy, sir. Keep that same E for real. Keep that same E.
And of course,
the thing is you have to now recant and go back on Twitter and do this apology tour now for what you said. Now it's too late now, bro.
Tour. Jerry don't care either.
Now you're going on the apology tour, talking about that was wrong. Yeah, because the refs got into you because you said the wrong thing. I know you was in your feelings.
Well, plus you heated. It's after the game. Who wants to sit down and interview when you just lost a game and you're pissed?
That's their job.
Want to.
They used to take L's. They should know this. 11 consecutive. Come on. He should know. He should know. And one thing about the Cowboys, they don't win at home. And that's the thing, too. They get owned in their own stadium this season so far. Like, you should already know that was coming, bro. Had it been an away game, I totally could feel the immersion. It's the Cowboys, dude. What are you going to do? It's the Cowboys. Everybody wants to take the American team name back, like, from them, for real.
Yeah.
Give it to another team.
They did. He did it because media is trash, and the media is trash for doing that too. I believe. Listen,
he shouldn't have said it in the mic. You spoke it to the mic real carefully, sir. You chose your words. You were like, "Oh, well, if it was the refs, then that's fine. I don't mind it." You know what you said, sir. You know you a grown man. You know what you said.
He knows what he did,
and you know your responsibilities as a quarterback. Come on.
One of the other things too that I thought was funny was, of course, once after a loss, the reports come out. Oh, Ezekiel Elliott was playing through a partial tear in his knee in the game versus the Niners. We don't care now. No one cares after the fact. It's always after somebody loses that, oh my God, we were suffering from these injuries and blah, 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 blah. And this is just another reason or excuse. Mm-hmm. No, you lost. Mm-hmm. He probably would have been good with the regular knee anyway, whether he was injured or not. I don't buy it. I get sick of all those excuses. It's just
I didn't hear the excuses because I had tuned off. I was too busy looking at the memes and all the Cowboy fans breaking their TVs and throwing stuff and ready to fight people. And the fights that broke out outside.
Oh, the TVs that were getting broke
all the TVs that were getting broken, all the jerseys that were getting sneakily thrown in the trash. They
put the fights outside the stadium,
fights outside the stadium, all of that. Yeah. I was too busy being entertained by all of that.
So I did want to shout out Natasha Gransberry because she had posted there was the ABC station in Dallas, WFAA. One of the anchorwomen there had actually found the memed or the famous now Cowboy fan and tracked her down for a little interview. Here, I want to post a little video because this was also her first game in the stadium that she went to. So of course now we kind of understand her face. But here we go.
This is Renee Cummings. She tells me she doesn't even have social media, but her sister saw my video and knew we had to connect. Renee is a veteran, by the way, who lives in Georgia from California, but she's always been a diehard Cowboys fan. And that game, you guys, was her first ever game at AT&T Stadium. So you can only imagine how she was feeling when her boys choked.
You know that feeling when there's so many emotions at once that it's too much to feel, and that was the sum of it. It was an emotional roller coaster. It was so many things happening at once. At one point, I thought we were going to come back. It was looking good, and then we went back downhill, and I was emotionally drained.
Listen, if you just Google Cowboys fan meme, her face is the first thing to pop up. It is everywhere. Stephen A. Smith, of course, and Tony Romo even talked about it. And as a Cowboys fan, Renee knows even them talking trash, it's a big deal. At least Stephen is.
Someone called me like the face of the Dallas Cowboys. I'll take that. That's awesome. That's my team. I love them. So I even DM'd Zeke. He didn't see it, but I felt like I was on a roll. Let me see if I can, get in there.
Here's Mo.
Yeah, my phone rang. I saw that.
Good.
Yeah. I thought I had put it on Do Not Disturb, but you know how that goes. Shout out to Cicero. I got to call you back, brother.
Oh, hey, C. Yeah.
I know you're over in Milwaukee.
I thought that was interesting. Poor girl, she gets to her very first game. She's a diehard fan, and that's the perform. I mean, what can you expect, though? It's your first.
The fact that she could make that same face again was hilarious.
But it explains a lot now. I mean, at first, we saw the memes about what she was possibly thinking or what was going on that day.
And we've all been there. I mean, I could only imagine what she was thinking. We've all been there with our teams and had the look on the face.
Definitely, because I've gone to a lot of losing games, so I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I'm a Raiders fan, so I definitely understand. The years that I've been a Raiders fan, that face is coming regardless of a good season or not. It's always something, so
please believe. Yeah. So another interesting tidbit that occurred during Wild Card weekend was the infamous dildo on the field. During Buffalo Bills Patriots game, not only were the Bills spanking the Patriots during the game, but one of the fans had tossed on a dildo there on the field, which of course social media caught, and then it goes on and on and on, and the meme lives on forever along with the videos. But
did they wear it in? I want to know how they got that in. Did they wear it in?
I mean,
I think they had it in their pants.
They'd have to, because can you just bring one in?
How do you get that in there?
You
had to wear it in. You had to have worn it in and got frustrated.
Either that or Buffalo's security is not that good.
I mean, I just want to know how you got it in. That's my number one question. How did you get that thing in there? Pretty big size too. I'm just wondering.
For it to be on camera that large.
It was a big size. That's what I'm like. Who was walking around with that thing? I need to know. I have questions.
We have lots of questions. Definitely. It was a lot. I also found it interesting. Tony Romo's face completely looked redone to me. I don't know who this person is here in the video, but I made a tweet about it. And shout out Tony Romo because he even liked our tweet talking about his face and the potential Tony Botox. So I don't know. Maybe I didn't know guys were, that.
Girl, please.
I don't know.
If these men are getting fake waves put in front of their heads and these weaves and stuff, they're definitely doing Botox. What is new?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess so. But if I saw a guy that was heading into his Botox appointment, I'd probably be like, yeah, pass. But anyway, so this weekend, divisional rounds are coming upon us. We've got the Bengals
clear up.
Bengals at the Titans, Niners at the Packers, Rams at the Bucks, and Bills at the Chiefs. This is going to be a pretty Man, these are some good. This is some good matchups for this weekend.
Good, because the matchups this weekend were lame, and seeing blowout games on a Monday night were terrible. I mean, it was boring. I watched something else. I mean, these first and second round, wow, this is not working. It's just not going to work. You know, you're either in or you're out, and we're not seeing good matchups. We're seeing predictable endings of certain things, except for like maybe Bengals, Raiders, and maybe San Francisco Cowboys, because those were evenly matched record teams playing. That's one thing. But when you've got a team that's a top seed to a bottom seed, you play number 2 plays a number 7 and all that. That's not good games, and that's not for good TV watching. I'm just not into it. I can't.
Yeah,
it's boring. It's boring.
Monday was tough. It only got good towards, not even
the Pittsburgh.
Good.
Come on, you guys! Like, really, this is what you're giving us? Why waste?
But it's also any given weekend. So I mean, did we all think that I didn't think the Cardinals were
this is
not even showing up either.
Why waste the trip? It's like, thanks for even coming. Did you suit up today? They barely scored any. Why are we? No, I turned the TV off and watched something else. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit up here and watch
Thanks for showing
this.
up. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and watch that. For what? We know how this is going to go.
Why bother?
Why bother?
Where it's at. So,
yeah,
man. But big prayers for Budda Baker, of course, former Husky, who is on the Arizona Cardinals. He had a bad hit on Monday. He left on the stretcher. He stayed there in LA to be seen and to be watched by the doctors there, and then flew home the next day. So apparently he's doing well, but it was really a scary situation. Like nobody likes to see that, and nobody wants to see those kind of injuries.
You're already down DeAndre Hopkins. We already knew where this was going, and you lose Budda Baker. It's bad.
Yeah,
but I'm glad he was okay because he didn't have any movement and stuff. That's scary.
Super scary. And just to show you how, you never know what happens. And
football
still is a dangerous sport. Still a dangerous sport.
Oh, yeah. No
the Seahawks, we fired our defensive coordinator, Ken Norton. So that made a few of us a little excited to see some changing happen. Of course, we don't think anything's happening to Pete Carroll, and as of right now, there's just rumor mills for Russell Wilson. So I just hate seeing the news articles. Oh, where should Russell Wilson go? Like, let him make the decision and then talk about it, because we could sit here and talk about the same 4 or 5 teams for the next 6 months, and it just is like a broken record.
You just don't like it when they're talking about Russell, honey.
I don't care. Like, my thing is but it's the same. We've already lived through. We did all this last year. It's the same teams. It's the same possibilities. Like, until draft comes up or something, because I feel like if anything, if we get draft picks, that would be a reason for him to make that change over. I don't know.
Just because of that, they're going to keep talking about it just to bug you.
And it's going to drive me crazy.
Yeah, just
drive me crazy.
They need to be petitioned about Pete, but I know he's not going anywhere. So it matters not what happens, because you still got this coach. It's like,
I just don't. Yeah, and I do love Pete, but he's put in his time. Like, it's time. We need somebody else. We need fresh eyes, fresh legs, fresh everything. I totally agree with you.
I agree.
Let's get it moving. I don't know.
I agree with you.
I did have a couple Jugadores Locos because apparently. Athletes can't keep from doing stupid stuff.
Please tell me we're going to talk about the naked man.
We got 2, yeah. So
we got 2 naked men?
Yeah, one is a naked man.
Please
the first one, of course, is the Browns defensive tackle, Malik McDowell. I don't have a picture for these. I apologize in advance, but he was a naked man.
Darn.
So he was arrested for public exposure. He attacked an officer. Both of these happened in Florida, too, by the way. So we already know what happens in Florida. Everybody's crazy. But anyways. He attacks an officer in Florida on Monday. Basically, he's streaking. He's completely naked. He runs nearby a children's learning center while children are in there. So, and then officers have to tackle him down, try and find him. I guess his attorney thought that somebody must have spiked his drink or given him some, I don't know, bath salts maybe, because this is just ridiculous. Like,
yeah, but everything crazy happens here in Vegas, though. Keep that in mind.
Clearly not.
Hey, you and I know that, but everybody else in the world thinks it's always Vegas. Only in Vegas.
Maybe he just got off a plane from Vegas, and that's why this happened. Yeah,
maybe.
So Malik was streaking, letting all the neighbors check out him and his junk. So that was a very interesting one. And then also the Jacksonville Jaguars special teams, I think it's Larente McKay. He was arrested in Central Florida on Sunday morning after a high-speed chase pursuit with police. So apparently he was going like 88 miles an hour in a 50. A cop got his lights on and tried to get him over. He flipped the guy off with some vulgarities, and then they pursued into a high-speed chase, which had 2 or 3 cop cars in it. They were going up to like 100 miles an hour, and they basically stopped the chase because he was swerving between like 3 different lanes of traffic, and they didn't want to injure other people. They ended up finding him stopped at a stop sign or a stoplight later on and arrested him. But really? Who does that? Why?
Florida does it. That's why.
Listen.
The craziest people, I tell you, from Florida or the Bronx. They're in the Florida or the Bronx.
Florida definitely has some. Those are, I don't know. Hey,
Stay
Heather.
from Florida.
How's it going? Thanks
What's
for
up,
tuning
Miss
in.
Reddy?
We appreciate those. They're checking in on Girl Chat Sports. You're here with Mo and Mel. We just wrapping up some Jugadores Locos. Listen, if you guys ever have any sports athletes doing crazy things and stories, please go to our group, go to our Girl Chat Sports Facebook page, send us a link, post a link, because we would love to discuss them on the show. It really is a great new.
He was naked, and we have no pictures, sadly, to see his nakedness. But he was naked.
I know he was.
We can only imagine.
Definitely.
Use your imagination.
Yeah, I can say nobody cares in Florida. I mean, apparently, I don't know.
Florida's crazy. We know this, so stay the heck out of Florida. Talking about my city, stay out of Florida. Florida gets you jammed up.
I wonder who's gonna
running down the sidewalk.
If anybody on Tampa Bay is gonna go crazy now. I mean, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars
over there with AB.
Yeah, but he's
now trapped in a room with Madonna, Kanye, The Game, and all these other folks. His girlfriend and all that crazy stuff.
He's going through a whole other.
He's already trapped in a room right now. They're still in that room, by the way. God knows what's going on.
Wait,
no, I'm just saying they're probably still in the room. We haven't seen any updates. Sure, they're still in the room.
This should have been a hot topic. Jeez,
they're still in the room.
AB.
From what I gather, he's still in the room over there. Still in the padded room with all of them.
I mean,
so yeah, you've had your.
Yeah. Oh, Heather, the second dude was not naked. He was just in a high-speed chase.
He was just crazy driving.
Although if he was naked, that would have been an interesting story. I mean, an interesting twist.
That would have been even better.
The high-speed chase.
That would have been better.
All right, let's get into a little NBA action right now. I don't even know. I have to check on some scores, but
my Lakers.
Like I said, there was
right now.
Okay,
so I'm watching that, and I noticed when LeBron did his powdered routine, his bald spot is now receding towards more the neckline a little bit. Usually that's
like
covered
back here,
but I can see scalp now all the way to the back.
He just needs to just shave that. Just shave it.
No, he's not going to. And it's so funny because looking at it on the screen right now, I can see it from where I'm sitting. I cannot get it out of my head. He's not covering up anything anymore. They're playing the Indiana Pacers tonight. Tip off just
because that powder isn't working no more. It doesn't stick on your head. Apparently, maybe he could just get one of those like tattoo jobs where they tattoo, your hair. So it
they should do like on the Instagram videos with the carbon paper, the glue, the carbon paper, and then they put the weave on top of it and they trim the.
I don't know if that could last through like 4 quarters of basketball and sweating though. That would be.
And that glue looks pretty severe. I think it may work. I don't know. I need somebody. Anybody out there in the audience that's not shamed that has one of those and wants to talk about it. I'm not going to judge or anything. You could totally
Let's just get you on the show because we would love to hear it.
We're in a no judgment space. You're safe here. Let me know if you know anything about that because I'm very curious. Do you sweat? And if you do, I know you sweat. But if you sweat profusely, does it come loose? I just need to know.
Does it come loose? So,
anybody that wants to contribute to that, I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to clown. I just need to know the honest truth on those.
Yeah.
Just in case I run into someone with that.
So the Nets are down without KD. KD's out 4 to 6 weeks. I know that was something I think that you had mentioned on your fantasy basketball that was an issue, but he's out. And Kyrie, because of the injury, also has stated that he is going to remain unvaccinated, so he's no longer still able to play on home games. They thought maybe there'd be a change because of the injury.
Yeah, they were talking about that.
He was like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like, I'm doing what's best for me. So, but the Nets did squeak away and pull they beat the Wizards by 1 point, which was, I wasn't sure how that game was going to go. Also, my Bulls won, which is great because we dealt with some injuries. Of course, Zach LaVine is out. Unsure as to a timeline, but it shouldn't be too long. LaMelo's been out. Caruso's been out. And now LaMelo and LaVine won't be traveling on their road trip. They lost 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
They're kind of in a slump this last week, but they
lost it to the top competitors out of the West. And you have to know that the East is
and
not
we also
as
didn't have all of our players though either.
Right.
So that's
y'all
tough
played
when you
Golden
don't
State and got mopped, and then you played the Grizzlies. John Morant's been
But it didn't help not having 3 people playing either.
That's true, but I still think y'all would have lost.
I mean, DeMar DeRozan is great, but he can't do it alone either.
Well, you still have a squad there, though. That's what your bench is for. You got young Tito's out there. I don't want to hear that. The thing of it is you have 3 other players that they're back in.
A hampered team against a great like the Golden State Warriors or one that's in the row like the Grizzlies. That's
I get that, but even with your 3, you still weren't going to beat the Warriors. That's what I'm saying. You guys aren't going to beat the girl. You can't go.
So we beat the Cavs tonight, which is cool. The Cavs are
because the Cavs have been balling. They've been doing really good, so that's good. See, Kente, I discussed your Warriors.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, Lonzo. I don't know why I say it's a ball. Okay, one of the balls. Lonzo. Thank you, Arlington. I appreciate you. I'm tripping.
I don't know. Lonzo in there.
Yeah, Mo didn't even notice either. So.
No, I knew you guys still had your scar. No, it's not. I didn't even hear you. I really didn't because I was looking at Kente's thing about the Warriors. Sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. But they are still doing well. So
they are.
But I'm glad. I'm definitely glad they won today because
you guys are definitely in playoff contention. I'm more so worried about these trade deadlines. We got till February 10th to see where these players are going to be going. If Lakers are going to make some money moves, what's going to happen with them? Is Vogul getting fired? Is he not? All of this stuff that's going on.
Yeah, because apparently your head coach is being evaluated game to game basis on what's happening. That sounds ridiculous. And then who's the backup? Who's going to coach? LeBron? Is he going to just wear a few more hats then? I guess because
you wear a few more hats. He's wearing all the hats. What you mean? It's already coaching. That's why it's a disaster. He's a coach killer. He kills a lot of coaches' careers. Do you realize that? Got rid of David Blatt when he's at Cleveland. He gets rid of coaches when he's not liking his way or something's not going on. I'm still mad at him about how he was treating those guys like Devin Bain and those guys when the Grizzlies was taking it to him. Like you shove Devin Bain because he shoots your lights out. You get that mad and frustrated and you start jabbing at him. You clearly shove him and you get no foul call or any technical thrown at you. Like this is the kind of stuff that we're dealing with on the Lakers purple and gold organization right now. I'm very happy that he brought us a little championship. I'm happy. I'm comfortable cool at 17. Trust me. But this is a mess. This whole thing is a mess. And I don't know what the trade value is for any of those players if we were to get some young legs. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what we could do. Who can we trade?
What's the options right now? Because we're getting close to the second half of the season. All-Star weekend is closely coming up. And so that means it's starting to become that more of a play. We can't blame it's just the beginning of the season. We're just getting kinks out. Well, we're beyond that now. Like it's halfway through the season. It's time to
who can we get? I don't know. Even know. This is a mess. It's just a mess.
Shout out to Lexi, Tilly's foster mama chimed in because of course she's a Golden State Warriors fan. She's all about her Warriors. Fire, they are on fire.
And Steph's out. He's hurt. Draymond's out. He's hurt.
And Clay's been them new legs on Clay.
And he's hurt, but he's struggling too.
Duncan,
he's on limited minutes too, and he's hurting. He's actually a little slightly hurt now. So we'll see.
A good game.
After All-Star break, we will determine what's up. But right now, the Lakers are a mess, and I'm going to see if we're going to beat these Pacers tonight. I guess I'll watch this game.
I mean, I would hope that you beat the Pacers, but
I hope so.
It is the Lakers right now, so
we're just a mess.
There was also some rumors about Harden being open to trading outside of the Nets, so
hard pass.
Wasn't that like the point?
Hard pass. That's all we need.
Is he over it? Is he over the three, the power three there, I guess?
He always wants to I don't know.
Where are you gonna go now? Maybe LeBron wants him.
Don't say that.
You go have the beard.
That's all we need. Did he and Rusty even get along like that? I don't even know if they could even play together.
Listen, they probably want to get rid of Russ, to be honest, at this point.
I mean, but to get Harden instead, he's second in turnovers from this guy. Like, really? Okay.
Yeah. Listen, I don't have all the answers.
I think the Bulls should take him. That's what I think. That's what I think. Maybe the Bulls should take him.
Maybe you can just go
have an old veteran on the team.
Go to Portland. Go to Trailblazers or something. Like, help them out.
Hey, for real, because Dame's out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to be back
a good move.
Soon.
It could be a good move. Also, Ben Simmons is basically saying that he'll sit out the whole season. He will wait. He will, if he could, he would sit out the whole season until there's a suitable trade for him.
He's going to sit out the whole season. He has decreased his value in trade significantly.
I don't get how you doing this. Like, why is it you just can't play, move on, get out next season? Like, now you're taking the whole year off.
But you're not even showing your potential worth to these other franchises to know what your value is. And no one's about to give up a prime trade to get him. I mean, the Lakers had some kind of crazy thing of getting him and Tobias Harris, but are you serious? Like, no, that's not going to happen.
Ridiculous.
By him not playing is limiting any kind of value he has on himself. We don't know how well he is. We don't know how good he is. What franchise is looking at him to shop him to try to?
The Sixers are just kind of sick too because they got this thing in their pocket and they can't use it
because he don't want to get. And then again, he still hasn't checked in with the team on his mental evaluations. You're still not even doing what you're supposed to do to even get your foot in the door to go somewhere else. You're supposed to be reporting with them everything with your doctor visits because you said your mentals were in question, and now you don't even want to produce that. So. He's a mess.
A big mess. I don't know about it. But yeah, so we'll see how that pans out. Of course, All-Star Weekend, I think, is the weekend after Super Bowl now. It used to be the same weekend as Super Bowl, but I think now because Super Bowl is on that Valentine's Day weekend of February, they moved it out a week. So I think it's the following week later in February, like President's Day weekend. So it's in Cleveland this year. Not that anybody wants to go to Cleveland in February, but hey, in case you wanted to.
Yeah, that's rough.
There's your option.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. But of course, the NHL All-Star is here in Las Vegas, and that's also going to be coming in February. Our Vegas Golden Knights are seeming to struggle a little bit. We lost on Monday to the Penguins, and we are still first in the Pacific, but there's been some rumors about, players not, fulfilling their capacity and not playing as they were maybe earlier in the season or prior to injuries. So we'll see. They had a great long home stretch, and now they're going to be back on the road here in a little bit. I know they just rescheduled all of the postponed games due to COVID or whatnot from December into February. So there's going to be a lot of different games added to the schedules for February. So keep a lookout for that. I did want to shout out to the Kraken. The Kraken did beat the Blackhawks Monday at home, which is amazing because I didn't realize they had a 9-game losing streak and they had not won since December 14th. Also, another side note, I don't know who is in charge of the PR media there of Kraken, but it looks an awful lot like Vegas Golden Knights, minus the Knights writing on the ice. They had the whole full ice videos and the whole show they do before the game. So it looks a little VGK.
So they reached out to the same company that did ours, basically, is what you're telling me.
Or those people left and went to Seattle. Who knows? Our people, they might have new people. So interesting. And
then the Knights season tickets went up in price.
Right. But the funny thing is, if you have, I subscribe to the little text they send out when they have extra tickets, they want to sell them. They sell the tickets for less than the season ticket people pay for.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, why would you do that? Because now the season ticket holders, they don't want tickets. They're like, well, I'm thinking of opting out at some point because now you're selling tickets for less than we pay, and we're supposed to have the better deal.
Yeah.
It's tough. I don't know what they're doing over there.
Cold game.
Cold game. I did want to also talk about some of the new women's professional basketball league that was
Yeah,
going
I
to be
saw
coming out
that.
here. And for some reason, I can't seem to find the picture I thought I had, but it's Athletes Unlimited. They are going to be, this is of course our old Sydney Colson that used to play for the Aces, was Ty Young, Natasha Cloud, who used to play for the Mystics. Those three, as well as a total of 44 players on the rosters. There's 8 current WNBA players, 6 former WNBA players, and the rest have had collegiate or other overseas experience. It's here in Las Vegas from January 26th, which is next week, until February 26th. So it's going to be 5 weeks, 3 games a week, 4 teams. At the end of each week, the top points, or the top captain, or the top person, they'll pick 4 captains, and those captains will redraft their teams for each week. So there'll be new teams every week. They're playing at the Sports Center in Las Vegas. There was a great picture, and I wish I had it because it looks really nice inside. So I know tickets, you can go to their website, Athletes Unlimited Basketball. I think it's AU Pro Hoops on Instagram to find out for tickets. But they had a special before, it was like 2 for $25. I think it's going to be broadcast on Fox Sports, CBS Sports Network, and Valley Sports. So yeah, hey, listen, and anything to help these women. Granted, it's not going to probably, for 5 weeks, you're not going to get the same kind of pay you'd be getting going overseas, but it's going to be an option to help those that want to stay in the States to not have to leave and to still make some kind of income while they're here. Plus, there's no owners, there's no GMs. Part of Athletes Unlimited, their brand is they do women's, like, all sorts of sports, volleyball, basketball, what have you. And so you're also getting equity into the league and into the team. So it's cool. I'm excited for that. Also, shout out to one of our aces, Chelsea Gray. She had her high school jersey retired in the Stockton High School in California. She was also on Draymond Green has a new YouTube or some kind of HBO video, or I don't know, some kind of show, Throwing Bones. So it was Throwing Bones. They had like a few players in there. Gary Payton was on one, but Chelsea Gray was on one. So she was cool. It was cool to see her on that as well. Yes. And I know I do have a picture of, where are all my pictures? Oh yeah. Mo, I wanted you to talk about this. Of course, we lost a fashion icon as well. I know this for you, meeting him too was amazing, but
yeah, André Leon Talley. I mean, the name is just synonymous to fashion. If you're not a fashionista, or if you've never picked up a issue of Vogue or GQ and seen that name in print, with Anna Wintour, who is the editor-in-chief, that was her number one guy. That was the guy that they had a very great relationship. He's opened a lot of doors, up a lot of barriers. A lot of people know him as one of the judges on America's Next Top Model in his latter life. But this man has always been one of the very few Black people that could be in the space of a world of fashion, with all designers from all over, all your and seeing the rising of some of the designers when they were young. Like, he started this game very young, and to I don't know what else to say. I mean, just he's legendary. I mean, the thing of it is,
some of those pictures too of him younger was amazing.
I mean, it's great. And the thing about Talley too is that he is one that says that fashion should be a way of life, just like eating. Your style, what you put on, what you define, it should be your fashion piece, should be something that is part of life for you. You should never, ever think that whatever you put on doesn't reflect a good personality. Now, with saying that, I'm not saying wearing pajamas at Walmart is a fashion statement, because it's not. We are talking about putting on actual clothing,
real clothes,
and shoes to go out and look like you are a part of society. You know what I mean?
Even put on some yoga pants or something. Why does it got to be pajama pants?
I'm cool on all of that. I'm cool on all of that. Yoga pants are for yoga. You specifically have clothes for a reason. Why would you not want to get fully dressed to go out the door? Why do you feel that your fully dressedness needs to be just for an occasion? No, that's not how it works. It's not how fashion works. Look good all the time. You never know who you're going to run into. You never know who you're going to see. You never know what chance opportunities you may have come to you because of what you have on or how you're presenting yourself. Everybody sees you first for what you have on, for what you, trust me, we size you up. I'm in that world. We size everybody up. It's just what we do.
Yeah.
You cannot be out there in the pajamas in your work. I'm sorry. You're going to look depressive to me. I'm not going to approach you. I don't care if you got millions in the bank. You don't show it. You don't show it. And I'm not saying even being ostentatious with jewelry or anything to show that you're a millionaire. I'm saying putting yourself together, being polished, and looking like somebody and having enough esteem in yourself to look upon yourself better. That's where I'm coming from. I just think it's crazy, the things that I see out in society. And getting back to what Talley was saying, he said it should be just like eating. It should come natural. It should be something that you'd want to do for yourself, you know? And having the chance to sit there and talk to him was just kind of one of those opportunities you never would ever expect I would ever get in life. And I just thought that was the catapult of everything. Like, you know, besides pitching him maybe a job to Vogue or something, that would be great. But we couldn't talk about that, of course. But to have a conversation with him, and he's so genuine and honest, and it's so funny because shout out to Rashad Harris who had me as his +1. That was just awesome. He clocked Rashad's bag that he brought. It was this ostrich vintage Bali bag, and he clocked it when Rashad and I approached him and asked him, "Where'd you find that bag?" It's like as a natural thing. It kind of gave Rashad a look like, "Bitch, how you get that bag?"
I'm about to take that.
Kind of like, how'd you get that bag? Like, for real. Like, I'm scared of you because you clocked everything that we had on of what we had from head to toe, because that's who he was. And that's in the world I am. You start seeing stuff and you pay these people compliment, it makes you feel good because it's like, okay, we have some taste. He recognizes it. So I just thought that was very interesting how he clocked that man's bag like that. And it wasn't even like a handbag. It was kind of like an attaché kind of type bag, but it was ostrich leather, and it was like leather with ostrich print, and it was the Bally's. Bally's, a lot of people know for their shoes and all that kind of stuff, but they make accessories, you know, including their bags, including clothing, all that kind of stuff. And to see that vintage bag and for Talley to even just clock that quickly, it was kind of like, oh my God, we are really in the presence of someone that is fashion royalty.
An icon for real.
An icon for real. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, that's also why I'm not a fashion icon, but I'll stick to my yoga pants and sneakers.
Icon. You're sporty spice to me. You're a sporty chick. And
I love my sneakers and sweats and everything else.
I love my sneakers and sweats too, but there's a way to jazz it up, and you have to have your personality shine through that, and you have to make it authentic to you. You never want to look like everybody else. That's my mission. I never want to look like anybody else. I always want to have something different. I don't want to be this monolithic fashion statement of having the same type of outfit as the next person. Anything I can get, you're never going to see. That's my thing. And I'm never going to tell you where I get it. I may share some gems, but I don't like sharing like that. Do your own research.
No gems.
Pick up a magazine.
No gems.
Figure it out.
No gems.
I'm not, because I'm not one for everybody out there looking like me. Anything that I ever put on, I never look like the next person in the room. I love it. Because I know it's like, okay, this is me.
You're also a big necklace and like neckline.
I love
kind of
the necklaces. I love necklaces. Yeah. I love rings. Yep. I love shoes. I love coats. I love bags. I love makeup. I love all that great stuff. I love big earrings. You know, the bigger the better. The bolder, the better. I'm that chick. But I've been like that. I don't know. It was before Nordstrom. It was
That's
always
been
before Nordstrom. I've been that way. But I've always, you know, I blame my mom for that. She spoiled me now. 17 magazines. What can I say? I got them as a teenager.
The 17 magazines.
And it grabbed me.
Ooh-wee,
yeah. The styles, you know.
We're going to move on to some sneakers before we end the closing show.
Sneaks.
So we've got the golfs, the Jordan 1 Low golfs and the Wolf Gray and the Shadow. Those either came out today or tomorrow. Different places I didn't see them on Nike, but for all the golfers out there, of course, you got the lows. What was I doing? I think, the Yeezys 500s, the blushes. Those come out on the 21st, or they're getting re-released. These are pretty funky that I saw. The Bape and Reebok. This is the Insta Pump. So it's got one of those pumps on it. Of course, you've got all the different colors of camo in there.
Wow, Bathing Ape is partnering with Reebok. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a little, yeah.
But I like it. I mean, I'm not gonna knock it.
Hey,
I like
got a
the
lot of
colors in it.
colors. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love I love camo, so hey.
Right. It's got a lot
I'm
of
not
great
sure about
colors in
that
it.
Insta pump thing. That's just, I'm not, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. It's different though.
So the NBA and Nike Dunk Low teamed up, and these are the New York Knicks. However, in the picture, it looks like red. It doesn't look like orange to me. So I don't understand, or gray being there, how these are the New York Knicks. But maybe if there's like one of those like live on foot kind of pictures coming up one day, we'll see that. But
It's
these
orange
are supposed to,
for sure. It just, in this particular picture, it looks red, but I've seen online where you can see it actually looks like Knicks colors.
Yeah, I'd have to see that.
Certain studio picks for it that you can see the orange.
So these are released on the 31st. We also have these two. So the Nike Air Max, the Air Sprung. They're going to have one in the Max 90, which is the top left. And of course, the Max 97 on the bottom right. Both these come out in the Air Sprung on January 31st.
And I like the 90s. I love my Air Max 90s.
Of course, I love the 90s. I have like 197 and I hate them. I still look at them and I'm like, why did I get these?
There's some 97s that come out in a good colorway, but I do like
the fit though. The fit don't fit me right. For some reason, the 97 fits it doesn't fit right. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of those. I don't know. Man, the 90s I do like the 90s, you can always hit it with the 90s.
Yeah, the 90s work, man. My last day of life is beautiful, man. The 90s saved me.
Yeah. So last week we had the pennies. Remember, Nike was bringing the Penny Hardaways kind of back. So this week we've got the Nike Air Max, the CB, of course, Charles Barkley, the 94, the Suns. So this is January 31st. Kind of gives an homage to Mr. Charles Barkley back during his days and his shoes with Nike. So
who the heck is going to buy that?
You got the Phoenix colorways there, the purple, the
orange.
Who
is buying those? Who's gonna buy
somebody
those?
Is, people gonna buy
those are not even fly.
They were better back in the day. They were better back in whatever 94. Those they looked nice.
Who's gonna buy those? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Couple girl power notes real quick. Shout out to former UNLV track and field alumni Keisha Love. She was selected to be on the Olympic bobsled roster for 2022 in the Olympic Games in Beijing. So she will be headed out that way very shortly because the Winter Olympics start like in a week or so, like on the 3rd, I think, of February. So that'll be good. Also, I want to shout out to Alicia Gibbs, who had sent me some information. I didn't really know much about Louisa Harris, but Louisa Harris passed away yesterday. She was the queen of basketball in the 70s.
Yes.
She was an Olympic silver medalist. She was actually on the very first women's USA basketball team and scored the very first basket, which is incredible. She was also
Andre sent me that information yesterday too. That she's amazing. I hadn't heard about her either.
She was the very first Black woman to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, Basketball Hall of Fame in 1992. She was the only woman drafted by the NBA in 1977 by the Orleans Jazz in the 7th round. However, she didn't go try out because she was pregnant at the time.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy? Listen. She's won 3 straight national titles for the Delta State University. And what they were always, there was this 20-minute YouTube video about her. And what she was talking about, too, is that she was super tall. And everybody thought she was like the tallest person in the world. It's crazy back then because right now it doesn't seem so. She was 6'3". So 6'3" now for women's basketball is not like extreme height for a center. And to be making it.
Back then it was.
The
for
NBA,
sure.
Back then.
Back in the days, it sure was.
So for all those who want to know more about Miss Louisa, she there is a YouTube. I'm going to share it on our Facebook here probably later this week. So it's like a 20-minute video. So again, you can check into that. Yeah. So we'll go on to picks real quick. We only got 4 games this week. You won last week, of course, because you picked the Niners and you picked Buffalo. I did not, but you're up. What do you got for this Bengals-Titans game?
I'm going to roll with Joe Burrow.
Yeah?
Is Derrick Henry announced he's back or no?
He scrimmaged in pads and did really well. They're thinking he could be back. There was no set determination if he'll be back or not. I'm going to go with the Titans. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. We got the Niners at the Packers, of course.
We're going with Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
End of the road for y'all. See you, Jimmy G.
No
Here's
way.
the deal. Even that game between the Niners and the Cowboys, both quarterbacks stunk it up. Like
Oh,
they
absolutely.
both did terrible. And
Neither
because
one of them
they
should have been there. Neither
right,
one of
and
them.
because both of them look so bad, it made the other defenses look better, which they weren't even doing great either, too. The defenses weren't even doing that great. So
yeah,
they're going to need a big adjustment before they see.
And they coming
Mr.
off
Rogers
a bye
at
too.
home.
Like they've been practicing,
which can be catch-22. Sometimes it doesn't work for them, and sometimes it does.
It can, but they're going to get out coached either way and outplayed. There's no way that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be able to beat Aaron Rodgers on the field. 3 and out.
Yeah, maybe not. Okay, the Rams.
And if it's a blowout game,
Bucks.
I'm not even going to watch it. If it's a blowout game, I'm definitely not even going to watch it.
You're done. You're over it.
If there's 0 points by halftime, I'm not even going to watch it.
Oh, you know those Niner fans are taking this last week.
The only time
I'll
accept it if it's 0 points, if it's Green Bay, because they come back in the second half all the time. That's probably when I will turn it on.
For sure.
Yeah.
The Rams at the Buccaneers. Mr. Tom Brady's hosting the Rams. Granted, the Rams had a great game.
They sure did. I'm honestly sticking to my West Coast. I'm a West Coast girl. I'm gonna go with those Rams. I'm just gonna see what happens. Let's go.
See what happens. They did great. They came up with trick plays. Odell Beckham had a 40-yard touchdown pass as well as a touchdown. Like it was just
way to utilize Odell Beckham, Rams.
Yeah, they really did. And of course, he gets popped for a PEDS test right afterwards.
Because Cleveland clearly didn't know what to do with him.
Oh, man. I know the Bucks have a lot of injuries right now, too.
They've been having injuries. So I'm going with these Rams.
I'm going to go with the Bucks only because it's also Tom Brady.
I know. I understand.
And we've seen him down 2 or 3 times this year. To the very end. And you think, God, you guys are going to lose. And then boom.
He's clutch. I don't dispute that. I just want to go on the opposite. We'll just see what these Rams make it exciting.
Yeah, make it exciting. We got the Bills at the Chiefs. Listen, the Bills had a great game last week. Josh Allen did amazing. I think the Bills ran out of fireworks for touchdowns during the 3rd or 4th quarter because they had so many they ran out of fireworks. But can they perform the same in Kansas City? I don't know.
I hate the Chiefs. But I can't bet against them. I can't bet against them. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Yeah. I just don't.
If you put Buffalo on your ticket, that's a better chance of having a great win ticket.
I might take the Bills depending on what the spread is. Like take the points, like plus whatever. I'm guessing it's still a plus, but I'm gonna have to. The Chiefs at home. We saw when was that the game when they were down at halftime and by a lot, and the one fan left and they came back and won. Like we've seen it. They can do anything almost as well as the Packers or the Bucks or Brady. So we shall see. Anyways. That's it for today. I can't believe football is going to be almost over. It's really sad for me.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to try and get back in my swing of basketball, and hopefully I can, get into it some more. It's tough. Kinte says the Chiefs are going to win, so I guess we'll all ride with the Chiefs and see how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, you picked the Bills, right? Make it interesting.
I picked the Chiefs.
Oh, you picked the Chiefs too?
Oh. Yeah. Just because you can't.
Hey, listen, I would have, gone opposite of you if you were picking the Chiefs too.
We have 2 opposites, so that should be enough.
So that'll be good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Stephon Diggs is up, and
man, I know
the toy on the field may have motivated him. Who knows? Somebody might throw another toy on the field to motivate him.
Look at this going. If they have like a secret time when they just start throwing toys on the field,
maybe they throw an opposite toy on the field. Really get them motivated.
That'd be too much. Hey, y'all, we appreciate you tuning in. Make sure if you're just catching the end of it, feel free to watch the replay. You can check us out, subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch us on Facebook and Twitter. Also, visit us at the Instagram at GirlChatSports on all our social media. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the support. And we'll catch y'all next week.
Bye. Oh, quick shout out real quick. Happy belated birthday. Yesterday was Rocky Theus's birthday. We had her as a guest on our show. Yeah. Happy birthday to Rocky Theus. I ran into her last night. And she told me it was her birthday. And I said, oh, well, happy birthday. So I wanted to give her a special shout out. Happy birthday to Reggie Theus's lovely daughter, who's also on Channel 8. You can catch her on there on Las Vegas Now. with JC Fernandez and company. But it was her birthday yesterday. So to all my Capricorns, happy birthday, because
there's so many of them. So many Capricorn women,
same birthday
especially.
as my mom. Like, happy birthday, Ma, too. And it's like,
oh, it's Mom's birthday too?
Mom's birthday was the 18th. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Mom's birthday.
All right. Well, happy birthday to everybody, all the Capricorns out there.
Yes. And you guys have a good night.
We'll catch you
Thank you
next
for
week.
your support. Keep sharing and liking. We out.
All right. Bye.